being the rational animal, is by his nature prefigured to remember the past and hence condemned to problematize time. The grazing animal, by contrast, does not know what yesterday and today are, Nietzsche says, and is instead entirely immersed into the pleasure and displeasure of the present moment, and for that reason neither melancholy nor bored. For this reason, the animal's conversation with man never starts. This is Nietzsche. He writes, "Man may well ask the animal, 'Why do you not speak to me of your happiness, but only look at me?' The animal does want to answer and say, 'Because I always immediately forget what I wanted to say.' But then it already forgot this answer too and remains silent." End quote. One can see how silence and forgetfulness coincide in Nietzsche's animal. But how does silence relate to oblivion in the case of the human being, for whom forgetting is a modality of memory? For us humans, silence usually means something. It is not the absence, but the presence of sense. It is, for example, the silence of the organs that René Leriche assigns to health. Or it is the reproachful silence of offense, or else the complicit silence of those who witness an injustice, which they can prevent, but deliberately choose to look away. Heidegger tells us that in all these cases, silence must be understood not as the absence of vocalization, but as the articulation of logos, determined ability to make sense. He calls it rede. To make sense of things is not just to perform rational operations, which is an ability also possessed by ChatGPT, for example, but first and foremost, to let phenomena speak for themselves, to grant phenomena a voice. When phenomenology taught us that the past is never truly past, but always remains present, it meant to say that the past is not silent, but always speaks through the present, by endowing it with sense. The past, therefore, is only past to the extent that it is never truly silent, but instead calls out, like Heidegger's voice of conscience, Gewissensruf, to remind us of what things were and still are, and allowing us, as Arendt would put it, to testify to what is and appears to us because it is. It is this voice, the voice of Logos speaking through the silence of the past, that attains an entirely different meaning in Walter Benjamin, and specifically in his analysis of history. For Benjamin, the historian's task is essentially archaeological, as you know. Rather than focusing on what constitutes the horizon of the present, which is always embedded in the continuum of history, the historian must instead see history as rubble under which lies buried a past that never had the chance to become present. Focusing on this untimely, the historian must dig through the debris of official history, layer by layer, so as to uncover its foundation. This foundation, however, is of course not some underlying principle structuring reality and actualizing the potentialities of history, like Heidegger's Ursprung or Hegel's Geist. Instead, Benjamin sees the foundation of history as that which had to be forgotten in order to make place for the present. The archaeologist thus seeks to uncover what had to be silenced so that the edifice of official history could be erected. This kind of silence can no longer be understood as meaningful. Rather, it is the silence of what was sentenced to oblivion. But as Benjamin points out, what is silenced and buried always leaves a trace. The remnants and ruins of the past are dissipated along the landscape of the present and resist integration into official history. These fragments, which never fully belonged to the established historical order, possess a disruptive force that can destabilize official narratives and challenge hegemonic structures of power. If the archaeologist attends to these ruins, the silence of the past is disrupted. Disrupted by what? Not by meaning, but by meaningless intensity. Meaningless because it does not allow itself to be inscribed into the horizon of meaning. It doesn't allow itself to be inscribed into history. Here, the silence of the past becomes noise. The ideal goal of state-regulated amnesia would be to stop this noise of the past, to achieve a silence that is eternal absence, the silence of total oblivion, ideal annihilation. Hannah Arendt is hence correct to highlight the violence inherent to the lie, and even more so in state-regulated amnesia of the organized lie. As Arendt notes, factual truths which pertain to human deeds are entirely dependent on our ability to talk about them, hence to remember them. Once they are forgotten, there is no retrieving them from oblivion. But this transition from memory to oblivion involves a tremendously destructive force. The policies that seek to truly silence the past is inevitably involved, or the politics is inevitably involved in the project of totalized destruction. It must destroy the fact and its trace, the event and its witness, the past and the possibility of its return in memory. In that regard, the organized lie achieves within the domain of the cogito what the atomic bomb achieves within the domain of matter or res extensa, total annihilation. Let us take a closer look at this total annihilation unleashed by the atomic bomb. Atomic annihilation is a chain reaction. It is the contagion of destruction, a transmission of nothingness from one disintegrating atom to another. To materially disintegrate in the nuclear sense, destruction must expand through a network of atoms and unweave the molecular fabric that holds a substance together. In a similar manner, Arendt's organized lie differs from the traditional lie in that it seeks to destroy not a concrete and localized fact, but a network of facts that constitute the fabric of the past. The organized liar is necessitated to maintain the lies in the face of a reality that resists annihilation. To overcome this resistance through imposture means to totalize the nothingness of the lie, destroying one fact after another until the lie covers the entire truth it annihilates, like atomic annihilation expands over the entire substance that it annihilates. This destructive nature of violence is overshadowed or obscured by our tendency to understand violence in terms of the sense that it attains for us. That is to say, we tend to see violence in relation to world or the order of things, or in relation to temporality, what was, what is, or what will be, or in relation to intersubjectivity, there's violence against or within the relations between people, and so on. In short, we generally see violence as productive of history, or, what is the same thing, politicized violence. But this politicization of violence already takes it out of its proper domain, which is not that of sense of destruction, but the destruction of sense. This alone leads us to a remarkable paradox. Namely, the essence of Arendt's political modern lie is itself apolitical. To further conceptualize this apolitical violence, let us shift the focus from its sense to its causal power. And I think that doing this will allow us to discern violence as that which repeats itself over various domains, regardless of whether they're political or not. Outside the state-driven politics of amnesia, there exists a relationship between violence and oblivion that requires us to understand violence not in conjunction with, but in separation from political meaning. Consider W.G. Sebald's 1997 lecture Luftkrieg und Literatur, where he claims that the bombardment of Germany by the Allied forces left the Germans with a collective trauma which remains repressed to this day, which means it's forgotten to this day. For Sebald, these bombings are misunderstood when we embed them into history as the process through which the major players of the Second World War politically paved their way to victory. Instead, these were campaigns of destruction, revealing a type of violence that is usually overshadowed by the political objectives invoked to justify it. In its desire for retaliation for the Blitz, the British Air Force unleashed a destruction in which all principle of modern war became visible. Not the production of history, but its annihilation. Or, as Sebald puts it, quote, life in the terrible moment of its disintegration, end quote. If the German people repressed this trauma, it is not merely because of Nazi Germany's place in history, but primarily because of the ahistorical character of that violence, a character that reveals something universal about the German repression. Certainly, by foregrounding the impersonal and procedural nature of the industrial destruction machine, the Nazis exemplified annihilation within the confines of genocide. But this kind of mechanized violence as a principle of destruction was not exclusive to the Holocaust. The Allied bombings of Germany were also marked by a similar form of mechanical violence, albeit driven by different motives than those of the Nazis. What do I mean? I mean that the Royal Air Force did not intend to destroy the German people as such, but it did intend the total destruction of cities like Dresden and Hamburg. This is evidenced by the fact that the initial target of the Manhattan Project and its atomic bomb was not Japan, but Germany, until it surrendered just 3 months before the Trinity test on July 16, 1945. Which brings me to my conclusion. Whether it is the Allied bombardments of or the genocide, we tend to remember the meanings that violence came to represent, but rarely the violence itself. That is why we know much about the effects of such violence, yet can say little about violence as a cause. We remember history, but not its destruction. Yet by shifting our attention from world-forming to world-dissolving character of violence, we can see how violence is not something within history, but that which undoes history itself. Rather than being a moment in time or a historical injustice, violence proper emerges as a force that erases time's trace, not just silencing the past, but destroying the very possibility of its persistence. And precisely this violence, I think, is what repeats itself in both the organized lie and the nuclear annihilation. To forget, in this context, means to turn the constant disruption of history into historical continuity. Thank you for your attention.